Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my fellow reviewer and writer fan, Joe. Say hi, Joe. He's basking in his celebrity. Well, tonight it's Sunday night. You know what that means? Pay-per-view wrestling. Who's pay-per-view wrestling? WWE Capital Punishment. Sort of a replacement for the Great American Bash. Now, this pay-per-view will be taking place at our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. What kind of shenanigans will we see tonight? I got my notes. Let's get started. Our first match is accurate enough. Is for the U.S. title. Kofi Kingston defends against Dolph Ziggler. This is a very good opening match, and considering who's in the match itself, it's no surprise. Dolph and Kofi have excellent chemistry together, and they're both amazing in-ring talents. With Kofi's more high-flying, energetic style is a good complement to Dolph's more ground-based technical counter style. There was a lot of back and forth in this match, a lot of near falls, near misses. Could have been anyone's match, but in the end, the end comes when Vicky Guerrero, looking fucking hot as usual, can't believe I just said that. She rakes his eyes, and Dolph locks in the sleeper hold, but then goes even further and turns it into a rear naked choke. So basically, he choked out Kofi Kingston. At first, after the ref rings the bell, at first Booker thought that Dolph got disqualified, which could confuse a lot of new fans out there. But yes, it counts as a submission. So, new U.S. champion, Dolph Ziggler. Let's see what you can do with it, Dolph. Next up, Truth arrives at the arena, still possessing the world title, even though he didn't win the world title. And pretty much he's Crazy Truth being crazy. What more do you need? Next match, The Miz versus Alex Riley in a grudge match. Now, this was a decent match, very okay. Riley really sold the beating he took from The Miz. At one point when they were outside, Michael Cole decided to stick his nose in his business and got a choke and got pushed to the floor for his trouble. The end comes when The Miz tries to use the briefcase Riley always carried, and the ref took it away. And when the ref's back was turned, Riley hit a spinning implant DDT. You'll understand if you see it. 1, 2, 3. Alex Riley wins. Now, I'm not sure if they should have let Riley win, since this might kill The Miz's status in the company. But the guy is over. I mean, really over. I don't know if it's the music or just him beating up on The Miz, but the fans have really taken the A-Ride. So, we'll see what happens. Next up, Barack Obama pays everyone a visit. I use this quotation because it's not really Obama. It's a bad impersonator doing a bad impersonation of Barack Obama. Next up, it's Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show. Now, Del Rio wasn't able to have his normal announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez, after he got his ass beaten by The Big Show. The Big Show jumps Del Rio before the match even starts, and it looks like he's just pretty much going to stomp a mud hole in his ass until that mass of blackness known as Mark Henry comes out and puts Big Show through a table with the World's Strongest Slam. That was very impressive. Then he injures his knee, the one that got run over a couple of weeks back. The ref starts to count Big Show out. Don't see how, since the match has not even started yet. But Big Show makes it back in the ring. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Del Rio pretty much dominated the rest of the match. Big Show got some offense in, but his knee was acting up, and he really sold it very well. He sold it excellently, by the way. Del Rio's pretty much was dominating for the match, even at one point doing a modified cross arm breaker on his knee. So that was pretty awesome. And even though Big Show didn't tap, the damage was done. and the ref was unfortunately had to stop the match because the Big Show just could not go on. So, winner by ref stoppage, Alberto Del Rio. I told you you would pay, Senior Giant. Wink. Next up, more crazy truth. Enough said. Next up, Wade Barrett versus Big Zeke Jackson for the IC title. Wade comes out bad-mouthing the United States, as per usual. And, of course, this leads up to the match. Now, as Michael Cole and a few people pointed out, people were chanting USA, USA, but Zeke isn't from the United States. He's from South America, I believe. Yeah, he's from South America, so it really doesn't apply to either one of them. I didn't really care for this match. Don't know why. It just didn't. It was a so-so match. In the end, after a bunch of body slams and a torture rack, Zeke wins his first singles title. And I know what you're saying. He won that you're saying that he won the ECW title. That title don't count. Nobody claims that title. Not even Jack Swagger. Next up, we get more fake Obama bullshit. And add Santino to the mix. These segments are killing me. Next up, CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. Punk cuts a very good promo before the match, and the match itself was standard CM Punk Rey Mysterio, which is damn good. These two have such great chemistry in the ring, and CM Punk is such a believable heel. But the fact is, he's very over with the crowd. Even though he pretty much insulted DC, the fans were cheering for CM Punk. This is a very good matchup, and in the end, Punk wins with an impromptu go to sleep. So yeah, and he won clean. So yeah, CM Punk beats Rey Mysterio in a pay-per-view match clean. I can't believe it either. Next up, Randy Orton versus Christian for the World Heavyweight title. Now there was a lot of reports online that Randy suffered a legitimate concussion. This is for real. He suffered a legitimate concussion, and it was unsure if he would make the match tonight. But this only added to the match, and of course, this was a great match, probably the best of the night. Christian and Randy have found their groove, and they just find ways to make their matches so fresh and interesting to watch. I mean, Randy really sold his concussion injury to the point where you actually believed that Christian was going to win, and it really showed very well. At the end comes when Randy hits an RKO. 1, 2, 3, he wins, but the replay shows that Christian's leg was under the rope. So there's that. So that really sets up for more matches down the line, which I would want to see. Christian complains to the ref, but then he gets the world title in the head for his trouble, thanks to Randy. Payback's a bitch. Next matchup. It's a special attraction match between Jack Swagger and Evan Don't Call Me Matt Sydal Bourne. And to make things worse, the Bellas are out there with Keith Stone, the spokesman for Keystone Beer. Anyway, if this match were announced like earlier this week, I would be more excited for it, but since they just kind of threw it in, I don't know, I just really couldn't get excited for it. And the fact that Keith Stone and the Bellas were out there kind of took away from the match. In the end, Evan Bourne wins by a roll-up, but I just really couldn't care at this point. Next up, fake Obama makes an address. If I wanted to watch someone impersonate Barack Obama, I'd watch Jay Farrow. At least he's good. This guy wasn't. And how dare he call Jim Ross a fat bastard. Booker T calls him in the ring to do a spinneroonie. I'll leave that up to your imagination. Worst 7 minutes of my life. Next up, main event time. RTruth versus John Cena for the world title. Now, as much as I love crazy RTruth, he is not the type that can pull out a great match, especially against someone like Cena, who needs someone else to be great to pull off a great match. It just wasn't. The psychology was there, Truth being crazy and all, but the match just didn't live up to what it should have been. The end comes when Truth goes outside the ring, sees a little boy in a Cena outfit and Cena cap, and decides to take a drink from his water. The kid then throws the water in his face. As we know, thanks to Truth, that water is one of the most lethal weapons in professional wrestling. He throws the Truth back in the ring. A quick FU, 1, 2, 3, Super Saiyan Jesus Bankai Cena, the third level, wins again. Honestly, I did not expect Truth to win this match. Of course, they're not going to let Truth win. He's still got a feud with John Morrison coming when Morrison comes back. But yeah, Cena gets the kid into the ring, and they have a little friend, and blah blah blah. Standard Cena shtick. So that was Capital Punishment. My thoughts? Very decent. It was a very solid pay-per-view. Had some very solid matchups. The promos were good. Ziggler, Kofi was great. Christian Randy match of the night. They had some low points. Zeke, Wade really wasn't as good as it should have been. Same with Bourne and Swagger. It just seemed out of place. And that whole fake Obama shit was the lowest point of the show. Seriously, god damn it, WWE, you're making TNA look good. That's saying something. But anyway, solid show. I'd recommend it. Anyway, that's my review. Tune in tomorrow for another 3-hour Raw, where it's Power to the People night, where the fans get to vote on the stipulations and the match types and who faces who and blah blah blah. We all know that it's not true, so we'll see what they can do. So anyway, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe saying good night and wrestle on.